Cancel culture is about canceling it.
Up yours. Woke moralists. Up yours.
Systematic bullying that's happening.
And they believe that
Cocaína.
But it's the wax that the Terminator X spun. Now they got me in a cell cause my records they sell. Cause a brother like me said, well,
born like this, it's born like this, immaculate conception. I transform like this, perform like this, which yells you a new weapon. I don't contemplate, I meditate, then off your head. This that puts against the bed, this that I got realness, I just push, cause it's in my DNA. I got millions, I got riches building in my DNA. I got gunk, I got evil that rot inside my DNA. I got off, I got trouble, some heart inside my DNA.
They seem animalistic is what I mean.
No, they're worse than animals.
The woke mob, they ruin everything.
They stop Ben Shapiro from going to events and speaking. They stop Ann Coulter from doing it.
I will never surrender even a single inch of ground to a pitchfork mob.
You never cave to the mob.
We will never bow to the mob. Ever. No matter what.
Do you see the final expression of cancel culture in terrorist groups like
We'll see who cancels who.
They want you to comply.
Hello, how's it going, everybody?
What's going on down there?
We have Lance's dog joining us today. Chico, everybody say hello to Chico.
I'm sorry. I was grabbing a soda.
You're late, Lance. You're late.
Sorry.
You always pop in when the title card comes out, but you didn't this time. I was confident you'd be here, but you let us down.
You can call me. Someone needs to be called. The show's been uncalled in a long time.
Yes. How we doing though, friends? Matt, happy to have you back.
Thank you. It's
Very happy to have you
it's
back.
great to be back. I missed you all.
Missed you too. The
I
show
want to
wasn't
thank
the same
everyone
without
for.
you.
I want to thank everyone for their listeners and you guys alike for your kind words over the past few weeks. And if you reached out to me and asked me something or I didn't get back to you, I will try to. But I really do want to say I appreciate it all very much. So thank you all, everybody.
Yeah, for sure. I was going to say, Matt, that the show wasn't the same without you last week because we finished at like 8 o'clock Pacific time, and we read like extra super chats because I read all the ones from the week or the 2 weeks before that we forgot. I'm like, damn, it's hard to like fill the show when we don't have Matt here. It was actually just me and Lance last week too, so we didn't have anybody else. So, but
did Mike? I thought Mike from PA was supposed to come. Did he show up?
He was. He mixed up the EST and PST. Yeah.
But I feel like it was still a fun show last week.
It was.
Oh, yeah. No thanks to Lance. I'm just kidding. No, you did great. No, it was fun. It was fun, but it's nice to have everybody back. And then next week we will have Rebecca and Ariana back as well. So everybody has a bunch of shit going on, but we're getting back into routine, and yeah, I'm happy to have everybody here.
Yep, I'm glad to be back as well. I know no one welcomed me back, but I'm good to be here.
I think it's because people are so used to you like not appearing. So.
Hey, it's playoff season. I'm literally watching the Raptors and the Buffalo Sabres at the same time on my screen.
That's nice of you. That's kind.
David, I will say I really like that hoodie that you have. I think I told you this last time you wore this. I'm not sure if it's the same one, but it's really cool. I like it.
It is nice.
Yeah, it's actually my brother's. I've actually never played World of Warcraft in my life.
Same, and I still love the hoodie. It looks so cool.
I have the hoodie.
You've got all the best merch.
I played Warcraft 2 and Warcraft 1. I just never played the World of Warcraft.
I never got into Blizzard stuff.
I was a big fan of the original Warcraft games, like Warcraft. Warcraft 3 was the best.
Ready to serve, my lord.
Yep. Yes, my lord. What do you want?
You got me.
My life for Nazul. Those were all great.
I was always more of a console gamer, so I kind of missed out on a lot of PC stuff.
Yeah, I didn't become a PC gamer until recently, but I was telling David before we went live that I've been playing Tomodachi Life, and it would be funny to show you all my world because it's very political, but at the same time, I would be exposing how demented my brain is with the shit that I concocted. But I have Trump as my main character. I have RFK Jr. and Marjorie Green. Trump has a crush on Marjorie Green. I have a bisexual JD Vance. It's Tomodachi Life. And it's basically like Nintendo's version of The Sims.
Yeah,
it's really hard to explain.
You create the characters and you put the. I'll find some clips that we can share.
Think The Sims with Wii characters, like the Wii characters you used to be able to make for your Wii when you played it. I don't know if you ever played Wii, because if you didn't play Wii, you probably wouldn't know what the Wii characters look like. But it's like The Sims with Wii characters. But Mike introduced me to the fact that people online have made it hyper political, and it's like because everything is so aesthetically wholesome. It's a really big juxtaposition between the horrors of the character. Like Charlie Kirk getting murdered is a very frequent motif on the platform. They recreate it over and over and over again with these adorable little like Wii characters that are, that barely have like bodies, but yeah.
As soon as the demo came out, we were talking about how every single person that was sharing video or screenshots had a Charlie Kirk character in Tomodachi Life. It was wild. Every single one of them.
Like, this one I liked a
lot. Oh, I saw this clip.
Lily. El manifesto comunista. Sus primeras palabras.
That's obviously the Spanish version.
That's so cute.
Yeah, it's
communism.
It's great. I made a Trump supporter character, and I made it so that way he's like wearing rags, and his eyes are like really far apart, and he's drooling. And I made him become friends with Donald Trump, and I'm gonna try to make him suck off Donald Trump. I'm not sure. Just to make it more accurate to the lore of the character. It's canonically accurate in the real world.
Sorry, do you like write scenes? Like, was that a scene that someone scripted? Or is it just like you'll see scenes play out based on parameters that you set up?
It's the parameters that you set up. I haven't gotten super far, so nothing really has been triggered aside from them befriending each other. Like I have my Trump character wanted to become friends with Marjorie Taylor Greene. So it's like, okay, what should I talk to her about? So I'll say some fucked up thing, and then if she likes it, then they'll start to become friends and talk. That's as far as I've gotten, but I haven't triggered any scenes, which are apparently, like at some point, they get a bit repetitive, but I haven't seen any of them. But it's all based on the fucked up things that you set, like the things that you set up. Like every single character can have a catchphrase. So I have a Clarence Thomas, and he ends every sentence by saying Ginny's pussy, which is his wife. I'm not very creative. I say fucked up things, but I'm not very creative.
You can do that in the game?
They don't do that in the game.
It's like Mad Libs. Like you put in whatever you want, and then like it's like the computer voice. Like it reads as like those old Windows PC or old Windows you could read like text. It's like it's really ancient kind of like way to do it, but you could change the pitch of the voice so all the voices can sound different, but they're still kind of doing the same thing.
My RFK character, uncanny voice. I'm trying to give them enough thing. Like you have to give them clothing and stuff to make them happy and feed them. And so I'm trying to level up my town so I can get like more expressions. And I'm trying to get, there's certain walks that you can do. So whenever your character walks, they'll walk a certain way. And I'm trying to give JD Vance like a prance, because his character is going to be more bisexual in this game. So I don't know who I'll set him up with, because it's mostly dudes. I have Marjorie Green and another lady, but it's all dudes so far because it's politicians. So that's mostly.
But do you set up the sexual encounters, or do they just naturally gravitate towards the ones that they want?
So it's natural, but you can facilitate them. Like you can pick them up and drag them. So like I wanted the Trump supporter obviously to become friends with Trump, so I dropped him next to him and they started talking. But a lot of it just happens kind of organically. So it's I mean, it's not really a game. I just feel like it's people maniacally fucking around with characters the same way that, like, I don't know, some of us did when we played The Sims. You know what I mean? Like where you would you like for me when I played The Sims, I was diabolical, and it's crazy because like my video game instincts are polar opposite from who I am as a human being. I wouldn't harm a fly, but in the fucking video game world, I'm a terrorist. Like I remember I would set up like this maze in my Sims house, so they'd have to run around and take like a really long time to get to the door. But then I would make them use the kitchen and catch it on fire and see if they can get out, walking around and around and around before dying. And so I'm kind of that's coming back to me as I'm playing Tomodachi Life. You can't kill them as far as I know, but you know I'm making terrible people in the game, Donald Trump, RFK Jr. So I'm trying to make them miserable, but it seems like you can't really do too much there. Like, so I don't know. We'll see. I'm like a couple of hours into it. Very fucked up game. It's called Tomodachi Life for those who are wondering. Yeah, torture maze. Yeah, that's what I did.
So what's going on in the world today?
Well, I do have some clips prepared, and I think that this clip that I have, actually, let me go back. You all know about the whole Donald Trump situation where he's talking about his prescription drugs. This was from a couple of months ago, right? And he's saying that it's going to save people it's going to be 1,000% cheaper or whatever. He made some weird fucked up number. And so Elizabeth Warren questioned RFK Jr. on Trump's math, and RFK Jr. tried to explain Trump's math, and he did not do a very good job. I'm just going to play the clip for you all because I feel like it's just one of those where you have to watch it.
Is it the same hearing where he was trying to say that COVID-19 only affected unhealthy people and that it wasn't a big deal and that it was like over exaggerated?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the same hearing, I want to say. But this clip in particular, Elizabeth Warren is talking about how Trump RX, which is his whole like, it's kind of like cost plus, but it's where you buy drugs from the government, is actually a huge fucking ripoff because you're not actually saving money. You can get generic drugs from other suppliers for cheaper. But anyways, it's the math part that is really amazing.
President Trump and the Republicans slashed healthcare for millions of families. The president pitched his Trump RX website as the answer for Americans who are worried about healthcare costs. He claims that Trump RX has reduced prices by as much as 600%, which I think means companies should be paying you to take their drugs. But let's do some real math here. Take one drug, Protonix, a 30-day supply of this heartburn medication costs $200 on Trump RX, but there is an identical generic version of this pill called pantoprazole. Secretary Kennedy, do you know how—
By the way, as she's talking, if you hear that weird like snoring in the background,
yeah, I was gonna ask.
That's just RFK's regular breathing. By the way, like that's how he breathes the whole time. There was somebody had shared a clip where it was just a guy talking, and he was like,
"Yeah, I heard that. It's terrible."
So he could be dying. Keep that in mind. But
how much it costs for a 30-day supply of that drug at Costco?
But I would say this, Senator.
Do you know what it costs?
President Trump has a different way of calculating. If there's two ways of calculating percentage. If you have a $600 drug and you reduce it to 10, that's a 600% reduction.
But you know I only have 5 minutes. Do you know?
Okay, did you catch that?
Yeah, I was like, that's not a 600% reduction. That's where that comes from.
Yeah, but there's two different ways to calculate percentages. He's literally inventing his own math.
Yeah, that's not how that works. But guess what? The motherfucker did it again. He did it again.
I mean, he's making his own reality. It's not out of the question to like make your own math in that reality as well.
That's fair. That's fair. The community note is very funny because it just breaks down basic like second grade, third grade math. But here he is again making the same mistake.
When the president was speaking of a conversation that I had yesterday with one of the Democratic senators who was questioning me during a hearing, and she was ridiculing President Trump for his math, and she was saying it's mathematically impossible to have a drug drop by 600% cost, which he had claimed. And I said, well, if the drug was $100 and it raised the price to $600, that would be a 600% rise. Well, if it drops from 600 to 100, that's a 600% savings. And the president used that mathematical device to illustrate the magnitude of the theft that has been happening against our country and our people, as he said. I was reminded when the president...
Okay, so the comedian note is amazing because it says... the way it explains this is so... It made me laugh so hard. A price going from $100 to $600 would be an increase of $500. That's 500%. Price going from $600 to $100 would be a decrease of $500. $500 is about 83.3% of $600. Trump's assertion that the drop of 600% is incorrect. I love how just like bland the explanation is, because it's like he was so embarrassingly wrong the first time. He could have just said, listen, President Trump, he has his own way of saying things, but I think he's just trying to explain that like it's going to be cheaper. But he like actually tries to do the fucking work. And as he shows the work, he's showing that he doesn't know how to do math too. It's amazing to me that this is the administration that has all the power. Like, they're the dumbest administration in the history of any government, I feel like.
I mean, it's the one thing that kind of gives me hope is that they're so stupid. Like, I feel like if they were competent, it'd be even worse.
Yeah.
The fact that they're also, I mean, they're horrible. They're destructive, but they're also stupid. I think that's actually a silver lining here.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. That's true. Because if they were competent, they could probably actually get the shit that they want to get accomplished more easily. I mean, they've done quite a bit, right?
And more successfully, and be able to maintain like support. Like,
yeah.
No one, I mean, I guess they still have, the cultists, but apart from that, people are not supportive of what's happening.
Yeah, and
Does
part of it...
know, I was just going to ask, do you know what AOC was talking to RFK for? Where she was like going like this in those viral photos?
Oh, I don't know.
I didn't see that.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I saw the photo, but I'm not sure why she was doing that. Maybe she was trying to be like, do this. It's like, whenever I hear him, I just want to cough. No, I was going to say that it's a benefit also that they're all so self-obsessed and narcissistic, because that is something that I think handicaps them quite a bit. I mean, like with Kristi Noem, she ended up getting ousted in part because she spent so much money. I don't remember what the number was, but she spent so much money on an ad where she was riding a horse and she put her big dumb face all over the ad.
$188 million or something like that.
Was that? Oh my God, that's crazy.
People were like, this is more than a lot of Marvel films. Like, if you stack how many Marvel movies cost less than that one ad that she clearly embezzled millions of dollars to do. But like, you'd think there'd be more outrage about that.
Yeah.
It's like really a blip.
Yeah, no, it's outrageous. So these people are stupid. There's also the big story. Like, the story about Kash Patel didn't even surprise me. The fact that he's only drinking on the job is something that doesn't even register on my radar in like the grand scheme of things.
Sorry, just about it. I did find the video of AOC explaining the interaction with RFK.
Oh, okay.
What was it for?
We can watch it.
Think about what the words you exchanged yesterday with RFK Jr. after the hearing.
Oh, I mean, listen, we're getting screwed. People are getting screwed. These insurance companies. In fact, the Department of Justice has a criminal case open on United Healthcare for stealing money from Medicare. And we're in a time where all of our healthcare is getting defunded. People are committing crimes, and people are getting denied their health insurance. People are getting denied surgeries, medicines, prescriptions are super expensive. And this administration is responsible for it and rewarding them for it. And we have to bring it to a stop. Like, these companies that are running Medicare Advantage are stealing from people, and we need to be honest about it, and we have to, it's got to come to an end.
Thank you, Congressman.
No, okay. Medicare Advantage fraud is a big deal. United is stealing, and yeah. Did you guys, speaking of scandals though, with the Trump administration, did you hear about the resignation from the labor secretary, Lori Chavez Reamer or some shit.
Before you move on from the Kash Patel thing, I wanted to ask you, of all the revelations, I don't know if you read the article in The Atlantic, did you see, and this is one of the Kash Patel stories I didn't know, he apparently was so blackout drunk at one point, he locked himself in the room and they had to use SWAT team, like apparently equipment to bust the room open to get his drunk ass out because like it's a national security risk if you don't know what's happening to your FBI director inside a room and the door's locked and he's not responsive, he's not answering a phone call or anything, and it just turned out he was blackout drunk in there. I was like,
it's crazy.
That's pretty cash money, I gotta say.
That is, yeah. Yeah. They're all like teenagers. That's how they all act. That's why the labor secretary resigned as well, in part. I mean, there's probably a ton of reasons, but she was a lesser known Trump crony, but she was partying all the time. Same thing with like they're all partying. Like, bro, I'm not even 40 yet, and I don't want to party. How do they have the energy for all of this? They're all in their 60s, right? I mean, what the fuck? How do you not just want to go home and watch TV or something? Like they're all.
I forget what it was
partying,
like
drunk.
to enjoy like going out. Like I'm like, how was I ever that person?
Right.
Like,
I know.
That doesn't sound appealing at all to me.
Yeah, but
it's probably cocaine. I'm gonna guess. It's lots and lots of cocaine.
I guess that would definitely help.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's probably, most of them are probably gacked out on cocaine like 24/7, just
probably.
perpetually.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Sharping and rolling all over each other, and that's what Ashley St. Clair revealed. She's like, a lot of people don't know this, but she's like, when I was working for Turning Point and Right Wing Circle, she's like, I was astonished to see the difference. She's like, you always hear about how like, you know, the liberals are hedonists and all this kind of stuff, and she's like, the party scene in the GOP was like debaucherous beyond belief, and she's like, and perpetual. She's like, every single conference it would be like all these dudes who would all be like closet homosexuals or bisexuals, all just like fucking and sucking each other, just like drugs all over the place, just fucking mountains of cocaine and just endless like, and you're just like, that's wild, you know. That's that's the first time I've heard that, but that is wild to think that y'all are doing that. Why aren't more of you dying? Like, why aren't your hearts exploding?
I know.
Yeah,
it's because they get the good shit. It's not caffeinated bad.
Yeah,
that's it.
The quality drugs.
Yeah, the pure vida.
Yeah, they should definitely take more and mix them. It's crazy because like if you're a true believer, how do you not clutch your pearls? Like, I mean, I'm somebody who, you know, I'm not a conservative. I'm not like repressed. But if I walked into a party and saw the debauchery, I'd be like, my God, maybe I should, like, how are they just like, they're supposed to be the people who are against all of this. I don't know how, I mean, I guess if you're used to it, because that's just like what they do.
Their entire lives are a lie. Like, this is just,
yeah.
You know, it comes with the territory.
They're also all fucking purpose. So I wanted to get back. I don't know if you all heard about the labor secretary scandal involving her husband and her dad. So there were allegations that her husband was making unwanted advances towards staffers at the labor department, and her father was making unwanted advances, texting staffers. Just, I mean,
wait, horny legacy, sex pest legacy, just like
friends in the family.
Yeah,
and she's been here for a year, and it's like, let me bring in my pervert family, my husband, my dad. Hey, like, what the fuck is happening? I just don't. These are scandals that like should only exist in parodies or like on SNL or some shit. It's too absurd to happen in real life, but it's just a common phenomenon. Like, the shit that we don't know about is what really keeps me up at night. The things that they're doing that we haven't yet heard about. It's just, I don't want to know, because these people are truly like, they have no morals. You know, that's why they're Republicans in the first place. But having no morals and just like being desperate for attention and horny and lonely, I think it just makes for a terrible combination. So I don't know. These people are absolutely psychotic.
I know there's no metric to know the answer to this, but I really wonder how much less horrifying shit they would do if they were actually allowed to not have to be perpetually ashamed of who they are. Like, I'm genuinely curious if because, you know, with the Kristi Noem stuff, like, outside of the unreal hypocrisy, like, you know, that's one of the more normal things that like you guys have creative sexual expression or whatever, right? Like it's just hilarious that it happens to be people who are transphobic, homophobic, trying to like, you know, oppress everybody, saying you're living in sin. Meanwhile, he's like, "Awooga, put on the big booby hubba wubba." My bimbo. But I'm learning about new kinks and fetishes through these exposés. That's the fucked up thing. I didn't know about bimbification. I was like, I know about bimbos, and I get like there's a fetish for everything. But the fact that you have a specific hyper bimbification fetish,
I didn't know about that either, Lance.
And it goes two ways, right? Did you know that part? I didn't know that part. It's both.
I did not know it goes two ways.
Perceived as the expanding breasted bimbo, but you want to degrade the other expanding breasted bimbo as kind of, it's almost ceremonial or like a symbiotic relationship between expanding bimbo. Like it's the whole thing. But
it's crazy. Yeah. Well, and the fact that we all are learning about this, we've been on the internet since we've been teenagers, and these boomers are cooking up things that we couldn't dream of.
I've been to pansexual orgies before, and I haven't learned half of this stuff. I'm like, what are these things?
Well, you know, as boomers that grow up with everything handed to them from the start, they have a lot of free time on their hands, unlike the rest of us that have to actually work. So I'm sure it makes it a little harder for them to fill their time. So they got to find these unique things to get into to, you know, have something to do.
That's fair. That's fair. But like, it's just crazy because it's been educational, to put it one way. I feel like I heard about everything, and I keep learning more. I even knew about, and I don't know how I heard about this. There was a fetish that men have where the woman grows into a giant. I heard about this before.
Oh, expansionism. I think that's
okay. Right. I didn't know the name of it, but yeah. Like she grows bigger than a house.
I learned about that through bimbification, because I was like, what is bimbification? And because there are subgenres of fetishes and kinks, right? There are other genres of like expansionism, expansion porn, and there's like it's not just for men who want women to expand. There's women who also want other women to expand or shrink or change in size and things like that. There's a whole subgenre of genres. Yeah.
I heard about that through Rick and Morty, because one of the characters like was giant, and I remember seeing, I don't know if it was on Reddit or not, somebody joking about that fetish on Rick and, like, it was, you know, the fetish was on Rick and Morty, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? And I'm like, bro, there is so many kinks out there that I don't
get it though. But like, giants don't exist. How could you have a kink for like fantasy? Yeah. How do you recreate that fantasy when it doesn't exist? Like, what?
I mean, mermaids don't exist. Right. That's the whole genre. Three-breasted women don't exist. We've all seen the movie.
Yeah, but you could fake that, I guess. You can't really fake being a giant unless you like wear VR goggles. Like, and just imagine it. Like, how do you experience?
That's a hard one. Yeah, that's a hard one to fulfill. I'll grant you. That's a trickier one than most.
Ey're just always chasing that giant high. They can never quite get it.
Yeah,
right. Damn, this 6'1" woman is not enough for me.
not big enough.
It reminds me of there was before actually no, this was like earlier days of the internet, when I was still, or at least before I had access to internet, or just got access to it. I don't remember the timeline, but there was this TLC show about like people with fetishes that were really like out there. And I remember there was like a dude that was attracted to his car, a lady that was attracted to a roller coaster. And the craziest one to me still was this guy who had a fetish for balloons. And it was, the thrill to him was like the closer they got to popping. And I remember they were filming him, and he like, one of them popped, and he was like, oh. The reaction he made, I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Like, and this, I think this is like before I came out of the closet. I'm like, bro, I thought I was fucked up for being just gay. These motherfuckers was like nutting in their pants to a balloon. Damn, maybe I am normal. Like, it helped to, I guess, normalize my own shit. Because I'm thinking like, oh my God, growing up, this is the weirdest shit ever. I'm gay. This is crazy. This is so fucked up and weird. Brother,
I have to
the world is so much bigger.
I have to wonder, like, especially back then, I feel like people just found a reason to get on television. So, like, how much of that is just people pretending to feel something?
My Strange
so
Addiction. I thought the same
on TV.
Yeah. I don't know if you've ever seen My Strange Addiction, but I was oftentimes like, do people really like, this is not even a sexual thing, but are people addicted to eating like plastic bags? Like that was an episode where a woman can't stop.
There was some weird one.
Bags. And I was like, is that real? Or did she just like, here's how I can get on TV? Or the deodorant would like eat deodorant sticks like 2 a day, and her doctor had to tell her to stop doing it because she was getting sick. But like, is that real? Or is it just TV?
Because like people can have pica where they have weird cravings, but it's usually based on like the texture and not like some weird shit. At least, I mean, I have no idea. You know, I'm not like a doctor, but yeah, I always wonder that too, because like the shit that they were eating was not normal. There was one lady that was eating drywall in one episode where she was like breaking down pieces of her wall and like eating it. And I just and honestly, like she low key made it look kind of good. Just you know,
do.
I'm not gonna try
just a little ketchup on that. It's great.
Like she's eating it like chips. I'm like, it's kind of making me a little bit hungry. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's. I'm sure it exists, but to the frequency that you know you'd have so many people.
Wow, we are totally wrong on that. People in chat are saying that's called pica, and they have it, and it's real, and people can have different cravings for the texture.
I've heard of
pica.
pica.
My craving is paper towels tissue.
Okay. Wow.
I'm pretty sure my cat has pica because he's always eating like cardboard and stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah.
My sister had pica when she was pregnant with my niece, but she just really craved like ice cubes and weird food items, not anything that wasn't edible. So that's why I guess my perception of it is skewed, because that's the only introduction to pica that I was aware of. But yeah, I mean, I guess it's I know a dog that has pica because of anxiety. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know. I mean, we're creatures that are unique,
beautifully complex. That's what I'm learning.
Yes.
Both the universe and our fetishes are vast and numerous.
That's a beautiful way to put it, Lance. From the big tit bimbifications to the cardboard eating pica people.
Oh, that one's not a fetish though. We got to differentiate. That's simply.
Oh, true.
That is a non-sexual act. Yeah.
More like a compulsion, probably. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. If I offend anybody, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. So
my mom craved coal when she was pregnant with me. Apparently, that's what.
Really?
EMP French.
Interesting.
Wow.
But she never actually ate coal. I mean, I feel like it wouldn't be.
Or did she?
Huh. Interesting.
I feel like we're talking about Looksmaxxing and not talking about Looksmaxxing this whole time. Secretly.
Looksmaxxing is, I don't even understand that. I feel like when I see that whole discussion, I just think I'm too old, because I'm like, I mean, everybody just tries to improve their looks. They cut their hair, they work out. Why is it? I didn't know this was like a genre of person. And sure, people can get obsessed with it, but there was never a name for it. And never like people hitting themselves in the face with hammers, to my knowledge. But
I do kind of hate how much attention it's gotten, because I feel like, I mean, it's hard to control the attention that kind of stuff gets, but that has only led to it becoming even more popular and more people talking about, like the whole, what's that guy's name? Clavicular, the whole fucking I feel like I just signed on Twitter one day and he was like every second tweeting, like, why do I keep hearing about this person I've never heard about in my life? I keep seeing this dipshit in my timeline.
I know.
And it feels like completely manufactured to me. Like he's like came out of nowhere. Isn't he backed by like Peter Thiel? Like I was hearing about that earlier.
He's definitely an industry plant wherever he came from.
Yeah, it's just like out of nowhere. This dude is in everyone's timeline all the time. Like, all right, sure.
Yeah, like I want to hit his face with a hammer if I got to see it any longer. I can't take the shit. I'll be helping him, but
I'm just Looksmaxxing you.
I had a normie message me saying like, what is a clavicular or whatever? And I was like trying to explain it and a little bit. And in the middle of me typing it, they messaged back saying, oh, I think he just died because he had overdosed in between me responding. It was like that happened in between the response. And then I was like, oh, okay, maybe he OD'd. I don't know. that makes it easy to answer.
Yeah, that person just seems kind of like a lost person that needs help or needs somebody to, like, I don't know, give them a swift kick in the ass. Just like, I don't know what the fuck. Like, I don't have, like, I'm trying to sort my own shit out and the country out. I can't be dealing with these like fucking mentally unwell, influencers now who are popping up out of nowhere and in my face every 2 seconds. It's like, get him off my fucking timeline.
There's a video of him saying that men are supposed to be unhappy all the time, and if he's happy, it's a problem. Like, well, like, what are you talking about? Like, what?
Sounds terrible.
Like, you're not, like, go to the doctor, please. Why are you on my screen? Like, it's
Like,
so sad.
Get medication. Like, stop trying to project your fucking weird thoughts on us. You need help. Go get help. You're an influencer. You have money now. Probably have insurance. Go get fucking medical treatment, for fuck's sake. Jesus Christ. I don't know what to do with this information and these fucking influencers. I'm sick of influencers. All of them. The claviculars, the asthma comps, all these fuckers. I'm just
People
so
just like
sick of-
streaming all their life all the time, and it's just like, that's enough.
It's too much content.
Yeah. It is. We're oversaturated. I can't take it anymore. And I say that as somebody who is well aware of the fact that I put myself on the internet quite a bit. But you know what? I know when to go the fuck away. I'm not streaming every single thing that I do. I'm not streaming myself at a restaurant, taking a shit. I'm just like, nobody needs to see every fucking second of your life.
Yeah, I've like paired myself back. Like, I'm on social media a lot less. I'm posting less videos. I just, I feel like I'm taking back my life. Like, I just need I need to exist outside of the internet, outside of like news. I need to be able to be a person. And I don't know how these people can exist like this and live an enjoyable life.
Yeah, I don't know. It genuinely, I don't know. Kowalski says, as a bit of a Looksmaxxer myself, I have to say I'm not happy with all these amateurs entering the field. So you're the OG Looksmaxxer.
Well, he came on and proved that himself, right? During that stream.
Yeah, I guess so. Look, some of us don't have to try. We just we come out of the womb mogging everybody. So,
right.
Okay, I did have some other topics. I'm not sure if you wanted to talk about. So Hasan is back in the headlines again. Where the Hasan discourse is continuing this time because he decided to go on the New York Times, and it led to. Let me share the screenshot that somebody took. It led to Fox News doing 6 different segments on Hasan, aka Hank Pecker. So his comments about Luigi Mangione piss people off because he says he understands why people are mad at United Health. He talked about stealing, and so now they're all just they're having a conniption fit. But I wanted to play some of what he said because everything that he said, per usual, is on point. And the people who are attacking him are hilarious to me because, first of all, attacking him over his comment about stealing. If you listen to what he said, he talks about how the rich steal from the poor all the fucking time. But they only have a problem when, you are poor and you steal from the rich. When it comes to what he said about, what was the other thing? So there's a couple of different scandals here. I could just play the clip, but we'll get to some of the reactions. But this is the first one. This is him talking about, what is this? Oh, so this is the Luigi Mangione thing.
Engels wrote about the concept of social murder. And Brian Thompson, as the United Healthcare CEO, was engaging in a tremendous amount of social murder, the systematized forms of violence, the structural violence of poverty, the for-profit paywalled system of healthcare in this country, and the consequences of that are tremendous amounts of pain, tremendous amounts of violence, tremendous amounts of deaths. And that was a fascinating story for me because Americans are very draconian about crime and punishment. They're very black and white on this issue. And yet, because of the pervasive pain that the private healthcare system had created for the average American, I saw so many people immediately understand why this death had taken place.
So in my opinion, a completely reasonable take, much more toned down from what I said at the time, as you will remember. I
wouldn't even say it's just reasonable. It's just like factual. He's just observing what he saw. He observed the reaction, and he understood the reaction based on what the system is. Like, that's not, you can't even debate what he said. Like, that's just like a factual statement.
Right. But apparently he is, there's a bunch of shit that people said condoning murder. He's a terrible person. A lot of these people, by the way, who are saying this about Hasan are Zionists. So they explicitly support genocide, or they support Republicans. So, all the social murders that Republicans are committing, they have no self-awareness. But the other thing that is pissing people off is the comments that he made about stealing, which were also extremely reasonable. And I agree with wholeheartedly, although I legally do not endorse stealing. But what he says here, in my opinion, is reasonable.
Would you steal from Whole Foods?
You want to go first?
By the way, this is a weird question for the New York Times to ask, by the way. But regardless.
Well,
right, guys?
I'm pro stealing from big corporations because, they steal quite a bit more from their own workers. However, one thing that might even help your ethical dilemma is the fact that the automated process that they designed, these companies know will increase shrink, right? So it's actually factored in. The lemons that you stole are factored into the bottom line of these mega corporations regardless, and they still end up having increased profit margins because they no longer have to pay the cashiers that they used to hire, as opposed to this automated system, knowing full well that people are still going to be able to still steal a lot more efficiently, as a matter of fact, through the automated process.
Totally. Well, I was looking things like, and shrinkage is roughly equal internally as externally. Like, they expect it from their employees that they are sort of disenfranchising constantly.
Yeah.
But what about the argument that if everyone just starts stealing wantonly from the self-checkout machines, Whole Foods will eventually raise the prices?
Yeah, chaos, full chaos. Let's go. I mean, look, I'm in favor of fast and free buses, and also government-owned storefronts. And two of those policies, the mayor of this beautiful city is currently working on.
Would you encourage stealing in the same way from a Mamdani-run city-owned grocery store with lower prices? And why?
I would not, because I feel like that's taxpayer funded, and the prices are this union labor, and the prices are also adjusted regardless.
There's also this on the same subject. I'll play.
What podcast is this, by the way?
This is the New York Times podcast. I'm not sure which one. They have a bunch, but yeah, this is the interview for the New York Times.
That's really neat, because they are effectively having a conversation about class consciousness without even maybe knowing it, right? Which is actually pretty interesting to witness. You don't normally see that in very mainstream where they have to start to call into question, why is it that these prices are affected the way they are? Who controls this? What is shrink? Like those kind of concepts, or even like stolen wages, and then trying to put that back onto the the companies. I do not hear that on the New York Times frequently.
Right. And I'm pretty sure he brought up wage theft during this interview as well. I've been seeing the whole thing. But that is the most socially accepted and common form of theft that nobody just talks about. We just accept that your employers are going to commit wage theft and there's nothing you can do about it. But this is where this is only 30 seconds, but he expands on this a little bit.
If you steal from the poor, you become rich. If you steal from the wealthy, you go to prison. So there's only one direction where you can do unlimited theft and erode the social contract for the 99%. There's an invisibility baked into the system that allows the wealthy to engage in this sort of behavior. Because I mean, it's a cliche at this point, but wage theft is the most consequential amount of theft that takes place in the United States of America. If you steal from the poor, you become.
Yeah. So, I mean, I agree. I'm not going to go steal shit, but if I see somebody stealing from a large corporation, I'm not going to narc on them. I think that's absurd. And it's crazy that these corporations, if you ever worked for a corporation, the way that they try to instill
family values. Like the corporation, the company is your family. Those
Yeah.
training videos, they fucking would gut me just sitting there like, welcome to the family. You are now one of the healthy. Like I worked at a movie theater fast food place and they were getting us stoked on popcorn. It's like every day the popcorn you make brings joy into people's lives because you're part of the family. And you're like, fuck off. Like that's not
Well, and
true.
that's important because it's not just that they're stealing from the company, they're stealing from you. This is your empire as well. But it's like, you know what? I'm still making minimum wage regardless if somebody takes a bunch of shit or not. I'm still getting the same wage and not getting a cost of living adjustment every single year. So there's no desire to care. I remember when I worked at Walmart, I worked in electronics, and the loss prevention guy was like, hey, watch that guy over there because he always comes to the speaker section and he looks like really suspicious. Just keep an eye out. I'm like, oh, okay, for sure. It's like, sweetie, I don't give a flying fuck. He could take the whole electronics section. I would still get paid the same amount of money. It makes no difference. Why would I care at all if somebody stole? That is so fucking like, it's so unhinged to care about a large multinational corporation that is paying you dog shit wages.
I do feel like my views on this have changed as well. Like I remember like the way local news reports and stuff, right? It's like, oh, this cashier stood up to this robber and oh, they broke their arm, but they got shot, but they're still alive and they, good job. So like I used to think, as a younger person, like, oh wow, that's a brave person standing up to this person that's this shoplifter. And now I grow up thinking like, or now I am grown up. I'm thinking when I see a story like that, there's one the other day where somebody stole jewelry from like someplace, and the person stood up to them and got shot. I'm just thinking, you poor bastard. Why would you say anything? Like, why would you put your life on the line for this company, you moron? Like, I've completely done a 180 on that because, yeah, you're right. There's why do you care about this massive corporation's bottom line?
Yeah, and this is why, like, these corporations, like, you don't pay, like, they have to understand they don't pay their workers enough to give a shit. Like the lady in the interview, I'm not sure what her name is, but talked about like internal shrink with employees stealing. Yeah, that happens a lot. As a worker myself, I did that. You know what I mean? Like if I was hungry, like it's funny because it's almost insulting. I remember like when I was a teenager, I worked at Subway, and you would have to work 4 hours to get 50% off of a 6-inch and 8 hours to get 50% off of a foot long. And it was almost like, okay, you don't ever give us a raise year to year. And I worked there for like 5 years. You don't give us a raise. You treat us like shit. They don't offer you any kind of benefits, no healthcare, no nothing. And even if you want to
cost them like 20 cents in product, probably to make to like bake the bread and the vegetables and all that. It's gonna like maybe 50 cents worth of stuff to give to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I was hungry, I ate because I mean, like,
of course,
that's and everybody did that. Like, it wasn't nobody like snitched on each other.
Yeah. You were not supposed to take popcorn. We all took garbage bags home every day, like garbage bags, because
I mean, it's popcorn. Like, what does it cost? It's not even like
pennies.
It's like pennies.
Yeah,
but pennies across a bunch of locations, that adds up, because that's why I remember they reamed the fuck out of us because so many of the employees were overportioning. So it got to a point where it's like, okay, if a customer asks for olives at Subway, this was a big deal because the teenagers would come in and want olives. You give them 3. If you give them any more than 3, you get written up unless they ask for more. So you had to count out 3 fucking olives. 3 olives if there was somebody watching. When nobody was watching, it's just boom, dump it on. But it's so unhinged because like the way that they like ration every single fucking cent.
I remember when it changed too. Like I swear I remember a time that Subway would like put on the toppings, like they just handfuls, whatever. Mm-hmm. And I swear to God, there was like 1 week where everything changed. And it was like sprinkle like 3 or 4 olives on top. Like, what are you doing? Like, I was like confused the first time I walked in and they were doing that. I'm like, is everything okay? Can I have more olives, please? Like, what is this? Like, there was a dramatic shift in how they operated. I guess because they figured they were going to save some cents by saving a little on the olives and the other toppings. Like, it was silly.
Yeah, it was outrageous.
It was probably when they started cutting them off the top instead of the sideways. Then they stopped being generous with the mountains of food. Yeah.
Yeah, it was very stupid. But they need to, if they really want to save money, they should pay their workers more, because their workers are going to steal even if it's out of spite. Because, if you treat them like shit and if you're not paying them enough, they're going to find a way to, fuck you over. And I never stole money, but like some of my coworkers, they took money out of the cash register because like they were getting paid. They needed gas money. So I was like, I didn't see shit. That's what happens when you have them so fucking desperate that they can never make a living wage. Like everybody that I worked with, like, they had to have either like 6 roommates or they live with their parents. And so if you can't make a living off of your job, your 9 to 5, you go there every single day or you go there after school, then they're gonna fucking not have any buy-in. They're not gonna care about it, and they're gonna steal some shit. That's the way that it works. You have to treat people well if you want to be treated well. They don't understand that concept, because like to these corporations, even like these franchisees, like with Subway, it was a franchise that I worked for. You're just a cog in the machine. It's just like the owner of my place, when I worked at Subway, he owned like 15, 20 different fucking Subways. So he was like this little petite bourgeoisie prick. And yeah, he didn't know that every single employee would just like help themselves off the clock, on the clock to sandwiches, because it's like, well, I mean, if you're not going to pay us enough to feed ourselves, then we're going to feed ourselves with the food that we make and give to people. So fuck you. And I remember I got fat as fuck when I worked at Subway, because I would be working on the weekends. I would make myself like a dozen cookies and eat each of them bitches throughout my entire fucking shift. They do have amazing cookies. Yeah. And I would do we had cinnamon rolls at the location that I was at. So I'd take the cinnamon roll, like the little cream, and I put them in between the cookies, and I would eat them cookie sandwiches. Bro, I gained so much weight. I was young. So that's when I learned about metabolism and how that changes when you get a little bit older. I was chunky though. So I wanted to share. Sorry, go ahead, Lance.
No, I was just affirming you.
Well, thank you. Yeah. So I wanted to share what Nira Tanton said. That's the one that I gotta share, because she decided to chime in to the whole stealing debate. Not that there's a debate, or the discourse, I should say. And she just kind of like vague posted about Hasan. Stealing is bad. No one should do it. People who think this is controversial should get offline and touch grass. But like, as Overzealots points out,
just Matt Lick, but the Bible says the land is theirs.
Oh, I missed that.
I was trying to read what he said. I saw the Bible word. That's great.
That's so good. All of it is just like about Israel, though. It's so funny. Like, these people don't have a leg to stand on morally.
Wow. Good ratio. That is a murdered by words moment.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. I would reply, but she has me blocked. Or does she? Oh, yeah, she does. Yeah. Okay. It looks different, but fuck you, Nira Tandon. Okay, another story this week, if you all were interested in talking about it, was...
I'm sure you guys said this. He wasn't advocating for people to go rob their local grocer or anything like that. He wasn't saying, like, go to your bodega and rob the mom and pop operation, steal. No. That's the... Like, no. He was making a joke about, the fact that no one points a finger at people who rob infinitely higher amounts of money, just in different forms. Mm-hmm. So... And also, like, I'm sorry, Democrats need to kind of wake up to the fact that, like, there's a lot of people who seem to be okay with Luigi, because he might be innocent, by the way, until proven guilty. That's all I'm going to say. But, that's...
Yeah, like, to get angry at Hasan for how the vast majority of people reacted to that is not his... Right? It's not on him. He's just observing what happened, and he's explaining why it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, ditto as well. Not legally telling anybody to go and steal. It's just a moral conversation that we're having.
Isn't one of the people going after him Rick Scott? Like Rick fucking Scott?
Yes. An actual criminal.
Yeah. How many people are dead because of that man? How many thousands of people died because they couldn't get adequate health care because of Rick
Scott? And that's
Scott?
exactly why he's going after him. Because he's exposing his bullshit.
Yeah.
Right in the middle of that.
Largest Medicaid fraud in history, or is it Medicare fraud? It's one of the two.
Where's Neera Tandon's tweet about Rick Scott? Where's the anger at Rick Scott? Where's the whole like stealing is always bad? Got a brave take, everyone. Fucking.
It's just she's so condescending. It annoys me because like this fucking idiot Neera Tandon, she will retweet fucking Nick Fuentes and all these right-wing dickheads for saying bad stuff about Trump, but any fucking leftist, like they could fart and she's right there to scold them for it. It's the double standard is so obnoxious. I hate liberals.
Yeah, I've noticed a lot of the hardcore libs have a lot more anger towards leftists, at least in the way they compose themselves on social media than they often do towards MAGA. It's wild. Just like spending all day tweeting about Hasan. Like, I can't believe he said this. We cannot align with him. He is the anti-Semite of the year. Like all this stuff. Trump is pretty bad in terms of, I don't know, general racism, the raping kids, that stuff. He's there too, you know.
Yeah,
I get it. Hasan's got a lot of fans.
It's like if you're going after the left who has no power, but you're ignoring Republicans and fascists, right? I just feel like I can't take you seriously. And even like that brings me to like I don't want to like start any shit, but like ContraPoints, like what the fuck is wrong with ContraPoints lately? She has been Tandon posting, Neera Tandon posting. Like a motherfucker. Like, has Ethan Klein possessed her? What is going on with my girl? She used to be so cool, and now she's just...
Was she like battling invisible enemies is what I keep thinking. Like, who are you talking to? Who is this mythical group of people who actively like worked against what's her face, Kamala Harris, to try and not get her elected, and are gloating about Trump winning, but now are sad that he's doing more genocide in Palestine? Who are those people? Who wanted Trump to win and actively would be like, and she's like, when is the revolution going to happen now, comrades? I was like, the same people who hated what was happening before hate what's happening now. Like all the people who went to Cuba, they're not happy with what Trump's doing to Cuba. That's not why they went there, right? She's like, oh, I hope all the lefties got out in time, right? I was like,
yeah.
Who are you fighting? Who's on the other side of this issue?
It's crazy because she actually acknowledged somebody that responded and said, well, what did you do for Cuba? And she's like, I advocated against the candidate or for the candidate that wouldn't invade Cuba. It's like, oh, so you didn't do jack fucking shit. Like Hasan went to Cuba and you did not do anything. And like when it comes to her abdicating for Kamala, I haven't seen her in years. Like she makes like one video per year. Like, were you really that big of an advocate? I mean, I just don't understand.
People looked it up. She didn't tweet after Joe Biden got replaced by Kamala in relation to the U.S. election. Barely at all after that. So no, she was not the active lib supporter being like everyone must vote, ride or die. We have to do this. And even if you were, Hasan didn't want Trump to win.
Right.
None of us.
Yeah, that was very clear. Like I don't know what world this person lives in, where she was seeing this this other thing happening. Like no, it's like I don't know. There are some people who get taken in by a few accounts they see, and they assume this is like representative of like everybody, and that they're even real people. Like there's a lot of Twitter is fucking not even real. It's just they're fake accounts, they're bots. Like that's so much of Twitter. So like if you get too wrapped up in what's happening and what you're seeing on social media, you may have a misperception or a misconception of what the reality actually is based on what you're reading that doesn't actually exist.
Yeah, 1,000%. You could honestly, you can get some people to switch to the other side just by fueling like some sort of bot campaign to tweet at them as like fake leftists. That's what led to the TYT crash out in part, I think. That's what seems to be fueling ContraPoints crash out as well. It just feels like her entire politics is nothing but grievance towards the left because they were mean to her on Twitter. And she talked about how, oh, I'm canceled every week, honey. This is cancellation exposure therapy. But it's like nobody was thinking about you until you just came back and then started attacking the left relentlessly nonstop.
No one wants this either. I was like, no, I'm not happy to see that. It makes me sad. I genuinely get sad when I see her with those takes. I'm like, what the fuck? That sucks.
We were all huge fans of ContraPoints. I used to love her videos. I thought that like her takedown of Jordan Peterson and like J.K. Rowling, brilliant videos and really necessary. But I don't understand how you can be such a smart person and become so grievance based, just hyper fixate on the left, the portion of the electorate that has no money and no power. Sure, Hasan is very like powerful, and he is, you know, rich.
And he's this great influencer. You can criticize him for the same way you criticize anyone with the same reach, like Tim Pool, right, or Steven Crowder, or stuff like that. But it like what he's added, like it's not even ContraPoints. It's like every single person, like the Matthew Iglesias or the Jesse Singals of the world, who do this whole fence sitting fucking like both sides are the same, you know. And it's like one is an exterminationist project, the other is like, oh, y'all should have healthcare. That's like, this is so cartoonish. Like, we're so far past this stuff would have been annoying in the early aughts, and you're doing this now in like 2026. It infuriates me.
I saw this clip, and I think it's worth sharing. So she's apparently talking about somebody else, but you'll hear the clip. So the caption here is: projection is the mental process in which an individual attributes their own internal thoughts, beliefs, emotions, experiences, and personality traits to another person or group. Listen what she says.
Someone who like is like smart on some level and is capable of being better than this, but she said something stupid on the internet, got extremely harshly criticized, doubled down, tripled down, quadrupled down, quintupled down, based her entire personality around how she was surrounded by haters and losers. And then it's just like this madness that it completely takes over your brain, and like you become like a shell of what you once were, because your entire personality is now like rewired around like this constant sense of threat from this criticism that you're reading.
Who's she actually talking about?
Yeah,
that's apparently about somebody else.
At first
not about
like,
herself.
Wow,
this is unbelievably introspective. To a degree that's
completely
very
unaware how introspective she's actually being.
No, I'm actually going to start praising her. I want to watch this interview now.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, listen, as a leftist, we all have fights with leftists. You're not a real lefty unless you've gone into a fight with leftists. But the way that it gets you to almost change your politics to where your number one enemy becomes the left, that is some clown shit. That's you putting your own ego and narcissism above the broader project. Like, listen, leftists can shit on me every single day. Some of them do. But at the end of the day, that's not going to get me to change my targets. Still, fascists are the number one enemy to me. My goal of Medicare for all, worker rights, that's not going to change. I just don't know why so many people let their grievances on Twitter dictate basically their political identities.
And like what they focus on. Like the idea that, you know, some annoying leftist on Twitter is what is in power in society right now. Like what, like how can anybody possibly think that? Like, why would that be your focus in any way? It's so bizarre.
Yeah. Somebody also pointed out. Yeah.
I'm completely. I'm glad I'm catching up with this, because I'm completely out of the loop by now.
Oh, I would highly recommend watching a content creator called Overzealots. I'll shout him out. He made a video on, a detailed video basically on ContraPoints, and she made a big statement and posted it on Reddit, because everyone was asking her, when is she going to talk about, you know, Sudan or Gaza? Like, she just seems to be radio silent on some of the biggest issues concerning the majority of, like, you know, people who are politically active right now. So she did an entire kind of like, you know, it's kind of written like a mini ContraPoints video. It's broken into chapters. There's 6 chapters, and explaining her position. And she acknowledges that a genocide is taking place, but her primary concern is kind of centered around how this is emboldening anti-Semitism in the West, and all these lefties are using the word Zog and other terms, and they're justifying it. And also like how this is, like, you know, responsible in part for the loss of the election, and the future electoral politics are being affected by this. And now the left have morphed into this weird, ugly creature that only demands that Israel not exist. I can't even have like a conversation with them about like the 2-state solution or stuff like that. Like, she just went into all this stuff where everyone, I think fairly, was like, why are you upset or concerned about anything other than the people being genocided? That, like, if you're going to talk about a genocide, that should be the focus, and like, you know, not how this hurts the libs or elections, or how this affects you know, Western people who have privilege, you know, like all that kind of stuff. There's a lot of things you could talk about, but if you're going to open it up with yes, a genocide is taking place, I acknowledge that, and then ... but is pretty kind of fucked up. That's why a lot of people were really like, oh Jesus.
I mean,
but it
we've
does
been having the conversation, like, for just to grab an example, we've been having the conversation about a 2-state solution for I don't know how many decades. Like, what more can be conversed about it? It's pretty clear that not you know, you can make your argument, but it seems pretty clear that when we've gone this long and that hasn't come to fruition, you're just looking to talk to waste time at this point, really. I mean, that's the point of it. That's the point of it.
One of the states doesn't.
And also,
want that.
what is this like leftist power that's like using the term Zog? Like, I know exactly what she's talking about.
Reactionaries.
There's such we'll use the term Zog, reactionaries.
Yeah.
Whatever,
Yes.
whatever, like leftist the term Zog is some like rando like LaRouche who thinks they're also
exactly, or Caleb Mopin, Jackson Hinkle types.
Like who are these powerful leftists using the term Zog? Like, I don't even know. I've never seen it.
Yeah. And there was a poll that came out. I don't know when it came out, but I saw somebody post this a couple of weeks ago, and it talked about anti-Semitism in the United States among young people, and predictably, it's right-wingers. That's where the anti-Semitism lies.
That's what it is.
The focus has been the left over the past 2 years. And Jake Tapper was talking to Elise Stefanik, and he was trying to get her to condemn Donald Trump's tweet about ending civilization in Iran. And he brought up, oh, well, you know, if a college student says from the river to the sea, that's condemnable to you, but not what Trump said, which is a great point, right? But then he, towards the end, is like, I just think that, like, you know, both are bad. Genocide in the form of, or saying genocide is good in the form of from the river to the sea is bad, and saying genocide good in the form of tweeting about ending civilization, when it's like, okay, that is why things are so bad in this country, because you are equating the actions of a college student and the president of the United States, who has the big button in front of him that he can press. And it's just, again, it's giving such a pass to actual anti-Semites, actual Nazis on the right, who are doing their very best to exploit the movement right now for their own nefarious gains. It's really dangerous, and it's not helping that you have a lot of liberal Zionists trying to conflate Zionism with anti-Semitism. It's just such a mess.
So here's that poll you're talking about.
Yeah.
The far left youth are anti-Israel, but the least anti-Semitic. The far right youth is anti-Israel and the most anti-Semitic. Which
I mean, they're willing to throw it all away just to protect Israel. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
Like if anything is anti-Semitic, it's these people, these pro-Israel, protect Israel at all costs, protect the Zionist project at all costs, and conflate anti-Semitism with anti-Zionism as much as possible. If there's anything that's more anti-Semitic than that, you could try making that case, but to me, next to the right wing flat out like Holocaust denial anti-Semitism, right under that in terms of toxic, disgusting anti-Semitism, is the conflation of anti-Zionism with anti-Semitism.
Right. It because then and it's you could see the effect that it's having, right, on the political discourse. It's like people begin to say, oh, right, I can't criticize Israel, that's anti-Semitic, I guess that I'm anti-Semitic. Okay, Israel is doing this in the name of Judaism, then I don't like Judaism, I don't like Jewish people. Like, this is the thought process in a lot of Americans who are just inherently reactionary, and they're also learning about this for the first time, because I don't think Americans have ever really thought that deeply about Israel-Palestine. A lot of them don't know about this. So their first introduction to the subject is hearing some fucking pundit like Jake Tapper say that, you know, anti-Zionism is comparable to anti-Semitism. That's going to have horrible consequences on the societal level. You're actually creating anti-Semitism by doing this, and it's extremely fucking dangerous. But they just they don't give a shit. They genuinely could not care less. Because it helps Israel, right? Israel benefits from it. So you have to just throw an entire community under the bus so that way Israel can use that as like a Uno reverse card. Can't criticize me, anti-Semitism. It's just so clownish. Nobody takes it seriously. But another problem with that is nobody takes these claims seriously because a lot of them are weaponized. But there still is a lot of anti-Semitism. It's significant. And
I wouldn't deny that for a second. But like that chart showed, I think the majority of it comes from right wingers, right? Like when you look at statistically, who are Holocaust deniers? Who are people who think that there is a global Jewish conspiracy to control the world or to control the media? That's all the far right. That is all right wingers. Yeah.
Always has been. But the leftists bear the brunt of it, which is so fucked up. Because I feel like people like Hasan have gone out of their way to differentiate, the difference between Zionism and Judaism and Israel versus individuals, and they're just so flippant about it, and it's very dangerous. So I fucking hate all these people who are doing this. Another thing that makes it so much more absurd is just the general fact that there are more Christian Zionists than Jewish Zionists. It's crazy. I didn't even know what the fuck Zionism was. And I was raised as a Zionist, as an evangelical. I never heard that word before, but we were taught at a very young age that Israel has to control all of the land, and they have to have all the land so Jesus can come back. That is extremely fucked up. And I had no idea it was anti-Semitic. I didn't know that it was Zionism, but that's what I was taught as a kid. And yeah, it's America.
That's weird.
It's very weird, right?
Right there, we just found out that the anti-Semitic leftists are basically teenage Mike.
We got to de-radicalize them.
Yes. To be fair, I couldn't. When they taught me this, I just went in one ear and out the other. I couldn't find Israel on a map. I probably couldn't find Oregon on a map at that point. I was very, very stupid. Also very young, in my defense.
You know what? Ironically, I'd probably send Teenage Mike some ContraPoints videos to try and de-radicalize Teenage Mike.
Yeah. Nice callback. So I have a good segue. Yeah, I have a good segue. Speaking of content creators who are crashing out, our friend Cenk Uygur.
Oh, what happened now?
I was like, I don't know about this.
Oh, I don't know about this either.
Not the biggest crash out in the world, but if you check his Twitter feed, he is in Tucker defense mode.
Oh yeah, he is ride or die for Tucker Carlson.
Really? That's interesting.
He's going to bat. Let me play the clip. I had the clip pulled up because Matt probably didn't see this yet, and for the viewers who haven't seen it, Tucker Carlson had a bit of a mea culpa where he said that he feels bad for getting Trump elected. In the same episode, he talked about Trump is bad because Trump created the vaccine that killed people. It's Tucker Carlson. It's classic Tucker Carlson. But he apologized for Trump. And because of this, he should be the leader of the revolution, according to Cenk. That's a straw man. But Cenk was really eating this shit up. But I'll play it for you to see why Cenk's panties were so wet from this.
Looking back, because, you and I and everyone else who supported him, you wrote speeches for him, I campaigned for him. We're implicated in this for sure.
Yes.
It's not enough to say, well, I changed my mind, or oh, this is bad, I'm out. It's in very small ways, but in real ways, you and me and millions of people like us are the reason this is happening right now.
Yes.
So I do think it's a moment to wrestle with our own consciences. We'll be tormented by it for a long time. I will be. And I want to say I'm sorry for misleading people. It was not intentional. That's all I'll say. But anyway, the question does present itself immediately, what is this?
Absolved.
Was this always the plan? You don't want to be a conspiracy nut, but
Yeah, it was very much intentional because we have the text messages because of the Dominion lawsuit where Tucker was very much opposed to Donald Trump. He hated him. He talked about how he couldn't wait to be done talking about Trump or not talk about him ever again. And what did he do? He promoted Donald Trump regardless because that was the decision he had to make as a commentator on the right. So this is completely disingenuous. I take it as him trying to save face, and maybe Kyle Kalinske actually had a great theory that maybe he's trying to push JD Vance forward as the heir to Trump's throne, maybe to get Trump ousted. I'm not really sure.
Hasn't he had this like epiphany before too, and then turned around and just voted and then just supported Trump?
He's criticized him before, at least the administration before. I know before he was more critical of like, he was not really defending Trump, but he was more critical of people around Trump and blaming them for everything. I guess he's becoming a little more focused on criticizing Trump now than he used to be. But yeah, I remember there was one like, it was like 1 week where he criticized him or the administration, and like the next day he was like in the Oval Office with them or something. It was just like a complete reversal.
He was clapping for Donald Trump with a room full of oil executives after Trump kidnapped Maduro.
Yeah.
So you can argue, oh, well, he was there lobbying Trump against war with Iran. That's the story, right? But like, okay, if the message to the president that you're trying to send is war bad, you don't clap like a seal with oil executives who are going to get to steal Venezuelan oil. That's not, like, it's a little bit contradictory, right? When you want to convey a consistent message of war bad. But I want to share some of the tweets that Cenk had posted because he was offended that people dare not accept Tucker Carlson's very sincere apology. There's a couple here, so I'll just go through. Everyone rejecting Tucker Carlson's apology for backing Trump. What the fuck else do you want? If you don't think it's good enough that he rejected Trump and joined anti-war, anti-genocide side, you're a bit of an asshole. You don't speak for any of us who'd like to end the war. One question I do have for Cenk is, how is Tucker Carlson going to end the war? At this point, the bridge has been burned between him and Donald Trump. Tucker has no leverage. This is him saving face. This is him trying to salvage his career and trying to have a little bit of legitimacy in the future when everybody views Donald Trump as the fuck up that he is. I just don't.
The other, the other point worth mentioning here is that how much grace they give people on the right while going after AOC and anyone on the left. It's a
white supremacist.
It's one thing if there was like some consistency here where he gave this at least the same amount of grace to like AOC as he does to Tucker or whatever. You could maybe make an argument that, oh, he's just trying to bring everyone together, but he's not. That's not what he does. He gives these people, like whether it's Taylor Greene, whether it's Tucker Carlson, whether it is whoever on the right, gives them so much room to fuck up, to be pieces of shit, to be disgusting. Yet when it comes to AOC, saying the wrong thing, in an answer or having a bad vote, like it's just like it's the end of the fucking world. Like there's no consistency there at all. Like at least be fucking consistent. But it's always attacking the left and always defending the right.
Also,
that's the problem.
David Duke probably gets the time right every now and then. Who cares if he has some information that was I keep using that example because this is so insane. Like it was only a couple weeks ago that Tucker Carlson had on a month ago, Nick Fuentes was on the show, and they were just going off about how gay people are created through pornography, trans people are created through pornography. It's only through the indoctrination of people through all these like sexually degenerative, like OnlyFans, like all this shit, the stuff that you hear coming out of like the most homophobic Anita Bryant style, bigots. They're just saying openly, and they love this shit. He has never recanted a single word. He's never apologized to the black community. He's never apologized to Mexicans for saying that they bring over diseases and crime and all this kind of stuff. Like he's never done any mea culpa at all. What do we show him grace for? How privileged you have to be like, oh, Tucker Carlson, he deserves some love because he after the fact realized fascism bad. Like fuck you.
Just a month ago, also, he had Piers Morgan on and was trying to get Piers Morgan to say the F slur and said it himself. Like, he is explicitly homophobic, like 2000 style homophobia. But for me, as a gay dude, I'm supposed to be like, oh, well, welcome to the fucking revolution, Tucker Carlson. I know you think I'm the F slur, but there's a seat right over here. Come and sit down, brother. Let's have a beer together. No, fuck
those
you.
Trains running on time. Let's make sure Hank really wants those trains to run on time. He's the only person now, as everyone has realized what's going on, screaming Mussolini's name in the streets like, they're gonna run. You need to show us grace.
It's embarrassing because all the shit we're saying about Tucker Carlson, Cenk said before.
Oh, yeah.
You know, this is the guy who literally mainstreamed the Great Replacement conspiracy theory, like the oldest Nazi conspiracy theory. He made it the default position in the Republican Party, but we're supposed to put aside that and his racism and homophobia and transphobia and just him being a terrible person, not to mention his support for every other war in the past, and just be like, well, you're saying that the war is bad now for self-serving reasons, therefore welcome. It's so embarrassing. But it's not just that like you can reject his apology. Cenk is pissed off that people aren't showing grace. So I got to read this one. This one's a little bit long, but I'm just going to read at least some of it. I'm a little disgusted by the lack of, we discussed him by the lack of grace some people on our side are showing people like Tucker Carlson. I love how we had to tag him to get Senpai to notice him for not only opposing Trump, but apologizing for supporting him. They definitely don't speak for Muslim Americans who are grateful for our new allies. You don't speak for Muslim Americans, motherfucker. You think you speak for this entire community? That is so narcissistic. What the fuck? The humanity, Tucker.
You don't speak for all the gays? Every single one?
Man,
you aren't the gays?
I would never open my mouth if I did, because that's a lot of pressure. Like, fuck.
Right?
That's crazy. I would never want that responsibility. But apparently he does. But the humanity that Tucker, MTG, Thomas Massey, and others have shown as they fought to help children in Gaza and to stop this war and to stop Israel's genocide has been amazing and appreciated.
What have they done, though? Like, literally, what have they done?
Yeah.
And then nothing.
That's the question. But like you're talking about MTG, she was harassing Muslim members of Congress. She voted to censure Rashida Tlaib for saying from the river to the sea. She called them fucking terrorists. Has she ever apologized to them
owns
for that?
weapons stock. She owns defense arms stock. Over $10,000. She is a literal war profiteer. Every single time there's a bomb dropping, you got to wonder, did she just make some bank? Like, she's not a good person.
No, she's a terrible person. She still, even if you put aside her war positions, she still is pushing for a ban on gender-affirming healthcare for trans youth. She is an eliminationist when it comes to trans issues. She's still extremely conspiratorial, but because of this one issue, we're supposed to take her seriously. I'll admit, like, it's useful that they're criticizing Donald Trump. I think that's good, right? But you let them attack Donald Trump and you don't cuddle them. You don't welcome them into our coalition, because why would you poison what we have? Not that, like, Cenk is not really part of the left coalition. I feel like he's more of a centrist, if not center-right at this point. But it's either nefarious or extremely naive. Like, if Cenk is this naive, Cenk, hit me up. I've got some magical beans to sell to you. Okay, I can give you a great deal. Because if you believe this, you will believe anything.
He won't believe you though, because you're a leftist. If you're on the right, then maybe you would have a chance.
That's true. That's true. Let me see if there's any more, because he really went off. I know he got into it with Mehdi Hasan. He got into it with, there was another, I'm blanking. There was a lot of people he got into it with. There's a whole, if you guys want to get the TLDR, there was a Vanguard video that I watched about this, and they break it down. And I think that their commentary was spot on. Okay, it's in the replies, but you get the gist of it. He wants you to welcome Tucker Carlson. And no, if Tucker Carlson really wants to make up for what he did, he would go away. Okay? You don't get to be wrong again and again and again and again and again and prove you have no foresight whatsoever. You have terrible political instincts and you have shitty opinions still. If you actually want to undo the damage that you caused, go away. Delete your platform. Fuck off forever. That's the only way you can make it up to us. We don't need you. Oh, yeah. So somebody in the chat says he went after Adam Mockler. That's right. He went after Adam Mockler on the TYT show. So I don't want to pull in a clip, but yeah, Adam Mockler had a perfectly reasonable take that this guy is full of shit. There's also a clip from his Fox News show. Let me just pull it up because it just goes to show you, like, this dude knows what he's doing.
You could also, anyone could do this. You could make a compilation video of the amount of videos that Anna and Cenk have done calling Tucker Carlson a piece of shit white supremacist and calling out his white supremacist shit. Like, there's so many TYT videos on this. Like, they know who he is. They used to, make and generate income and revenue trashing the guy when he was a Fox News host on like an almost monthly, if not weekly basis.
They also don't have, like, Cenk doesn't have to say anything. Like, if he actually feels like, oh, Tucker's a great person, you don't have to help him You don't have to come out there and defend him. You're free to shut the fuck up and not say anything. Like, you don't have to give your opinion on everything. I don't go out on Twitter and every single person that says something I gotta give an opinion about. I haven't put an opinion out about Tucker. Obviously, I don't. I think he's a piece of shit. But like, you don't have to offer your voice on every single issue. Like, it's just the idea that he felt the need to go out there and like defend Tucker Carlson is in itself embarrassing.
Yeah, this need to vocalize every single thought that you have and be passionate about it seems agonizing to me. But that's Cenk. I feel like he is terminally online, and
Yes,
it's really hurting his mental health. So Cody Johnston shared this in response to Cenk. I don't think he added Cenk. He just was kind of subtweeting him, but will not be handing it to the purposefully misleading Nazi prick Tucker Carlson. And this shows you everything you need to know about Tucker Carlson. He knows what he's doing.
Pretty much everybody agreed that segregation was the worst thing this country ever did.
I mean, come on. We're going to trust this guy, his mea culpa, his sorry. He knows what he's doing. And I just feel like Cenk knows better. But Cenk, to some degree, I don't think Cenk feels like he has a choice because he has alienated everybody on the left, him and Anna both. When they tried to get back on the left, they went on the I've Had It podcast. It did not go very well. The entire audience rebelled. So the only path forward is this vague populist center. And that's really the only lane that they've carved out for themselves. And I just don't know what they're going to do when that well runs dry, because there's only so much you can milk it until people kind of know that there is no populism on the right. It's bullshit. If you go to every so-called populist on the right, Sagar and Jetties of the world, the Josh Hawleys of the world, when push comes to shove, they're not really populists. Josh Hawley has voted against unions. He said he wasn't going to vote to cut Medicare. He did vote to cut Medicare. Sagar Andretti, a supposed populist, is like one of the biggest anti-weed people on the internet. I thought so much so I thought that he was being facetious, but no, he genuinely thinks you are the devil if you smoke weed. So I mean, there's no such thing as right.
There's got to be some background to that. Like, did a stoner fuck his girlfriend? Like something happened where
well, that
it
would
just
imply
like
he had a
affected him
girlfriend
on like an
ever.
emotional level. Because aren't you supposed to be like a populist right winger? Isn't having like, I don't know, legalized weed like the bare minimum to be someone who's supposed to be like a libertarian? Like is that, you can't even reach that bar? Like, well, who are you? It's so bizarre.
He said that okay. This was the tweet that I responded to. I think I actually called him a nerd on this tweet. He said that the smell of weed is, and I'm paraphrasing, so if I misremember, then forgive me.
We got to
He
find
said
the quote.
something
It's
like,
hilarious.
the smell of weed is the smell of death and civilizational decay.
Yes, it was something like that.
It was something like that, right? Yeah.
He
And I
promotes nicotine. He not only smokes it, he sells it on his show. Like, that's one of his
Does he
products.
really?
Okay, well, there we go. He's being fucking paid.
Okay.
all the time. Yeah,
That explains it.
yeah.
That's the competitor. There we go.
Like if you want to be like it's bad for you to smoke, yeah, no one's going to argue that. But like, you can't be a pusher of cigarettes and then harp on stoners. Like, what the fuck? I'm sorry.
Yeah. Stoners are by far and away the most chill people in society. Okay.
Also, like, cigarettes smell much worse.
Yes, they do.
Weed does. Like, are you kidding me? Like,
yeah, I'm sorry that all of the weed that he smelled is like shitty, cheap skunk weed that has a bunch of stems in it. Like, get some good Christmas tree weed or some Obama Kush, and you'll change your tune, Sagar. Okay. It's just so,
on the
it's
Cenk
so
thing as well.
unserious.
Just one last point on Cenk, because I was thinking about this. I think the fact that he used to be a Republican has also he has a soft spot for other Republicans who he thinks are learning, or like
that's a good
are
point.
moving to the left. So he's like so eager to like accept anybody, even like a fucking white supremacist piece of shit, because he says he doesn't like Trump. He's like, oh my god, let's accept them, because he used to be that person. So I could see that bias being there.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And also, just because of his whole past and all the hot takes he had back in the whole Howard Stern days of TYT, it behooves him to have people be more open-minded to people who fuck up. But I mean, you have to have standards. You have to have some lines. Cenk being like a shock jock is, I think, a lot different than a mainstream media host pushing conspiracies, documentaries about the 2020 election being stolen. The damage that Tucker Carlson has done to the brains of so many Americans is irreparable. I think if you're willing to give him a pass for all of the damage he caused, then there's nothing that you wouldn't give anybody a pass to. Like this is how you have this, like, I don't know, societal decay creep, for lack of a better word, because people, you need to have some people who actually get fucking canceled. For all this talk about cancel culture, we actually do need some people to go away, to get canceled and fuck off forever, because they just don't contribute anything good to society. I'm not saying that my standard is low. I think there has to be a high bar to meet to be canceled. But if anybody met that bar, it's Tucker fucking Carlson.
Yeah, I think a white supremacist meets the bar.
Yeah.
Somebody who promoted white
Homophobic
supremacy
piece of
probably
shit.
meets that bar.
Yeah, I would hope.
Yeah.
There were certain segments on his fucking show. We know this because TYT knows this because they talked about them, where he might as well put on a fucking Klan hood. The dude was as close to being an overt white supremacist as you can possibly be. If you think that this person is redeemable when they haven't done anything to atone for the damage that they caused, you're telling all the black people you know, go fuck yourself. You're telling all the gay people that you know to go fuck themselves because of the homophobic shit he said. And yet he has the audacity, Cenk has the audacity to talk about the privilege of everybody else. What do you mean? We have no benefit from getting in bed with this charlatan. All it is him trying to find his next grift. That's what this is about. There's no legitimacy to it. I think that if it actually wasn't as unpopular as it is, he would support the Iran war. He doesn't give a fuck about policy. It's just about making money. That's what he's always been about. And it's crazy because he's already super fucking rich. Part of me thinks that maybe he's against the war in Iran because he has property in the UAE, I believe. So he wants stability in the Middle East because he wants to make sure that he can maintain that property value. I don't know, but if you trust this dude, then honestly, you would be fooled by fucking anybody. You would buy snake oil in 2026 if you are, picking up what fucking Tucker Carlson is putting down. It's just bullshit.
Agreed.
Yep.
That's all that I had planned for today. I don't know if there's anything else.
That's good for me because I'm fucking tired.
Yeah,
that's fantastic.
I think it's time for y'all to do super chats so I can peace out of here.
Do you want to go first, David?
Oh, I don't have any.
Okay.
I didn't stream today, but it's been fun, everybody.
It's been so much fun, David. Glad you came back.
Great to see you.
See you all next time.
Always happy to have you,
a great
David.
night.
You take care.
Goodbye.
All right, Lance, did you want to go?
Yeah, I do. My YouTube is frozen, so you have to give me a moment. So just go to town, and I don't have a lot, so as soon as I can unfreeze YouTube.
All righty. Did you want to start, Matt?
Sure. Sure.
Okay. Let me know your first one, and I'll pull it up for you. I think it's Wanda, right?
Yeah, Wanda.
Okay.
Wanda with a super chat. Hugs and love to you and your family, Binder. We will always remember your dad with love. Thank you so much, Wanda. I appreciate that. Looney Tunes with a super chat. Well, welcome back, Binder. We hope you got the rest you needed. Honestly, I did not get rest. But thank you, Looney Tunes. It's not your... I can't see the rest of it. It's not you again. Hardly with a $50 super chat. Thank you so much. Hardly catch Leftist Mafia now due to work schedule, but wanted to send condolences. Take solace, though, in knowing that a great dad raised a great son in this crazy world we live in. Thanks for being a good person. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Truly. Let's see. No flame, please, with a super chat. When the morons get to the point of calling Rashida a Zionist, they cannot be taken seriously, right? Pashani824 with a super chat, just a emoji. Thank you so much. Angela 4650 the super chat. Glad you are back. Thinking of you and your fam. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Marcus Stan 9217. Two-state solution is stupid. Just look at the map and try to draw a two-state out of it. It's impossible. Right.
Yeah.
Testing. Can we just elect an astronaut? How bad could it be? Right. That was Clem 68W. I'm sorry. Did I not read that? I'm sorry. Thank you, Clem. Mortified Penguin 0306 with a super chat. Mehdi did an excellent video that was basically shut up Bill Maher. Someone really ought to do a shut up Jenk.
That was a great video from Mehdi.
I have to take a look. And then Tigwick Plays Games with a $50 super chat. Thank you so much, Tigwick. Just wanted to send my love. Oh, and coming in right now with a $10 super chat. Ice Me Out Like Elsa says, by the way, thank you so much, Tigwick. Ice Me Out Like Elsa says, AOC is right to not endorse him. Psycat has funded vote against local progressive candidates, and his investments in companies are not fully divested from Israel. He comes off as extremely fake. We'll discuss that more, I guess.
We talked to him about this on Leftist Mafia in August. Yeah, and he took really tough questions from the chat, and you can agree with his answer or not, but I think that it's undeniable that he is the best candidate in the race right now, even if you have some concerns about him, which I think are totally valid. But he did go back and watch that episode because he did definitely address this. He was asked him questions about this. So I'm glad that he actually was willing to sit down with us and talk about these things because there were concerns that people wanted us to address.
And I think that's all for me right now. Oh, over on Twitch, RudeDog2525 resubscribe at Prime, subscriber for 31 months. Sorry about your data. Hope you and the family are doing well. Thank you, Rude Dog. I appreciate it. And I think that's all for me for now, at least.
All righty. Until Lance is back, I'll read some of these here from me. Lord of the Viltrumites, $5. Thank you, sir. Why are liberals and leftists so damn weak? Y'all are so easily black-pilled and broken, like you act as if Earth fell into a black hole. Well, I don't think that they're weak. I think leftists, we have as much power as the system allows us to have, but I don't think that means that we're weak. I think that it's just people are really black-pilled right now because things are objectively bad. The economic and material conditions are really, really bad, comparatively speaking, in the United States. The world is in a state of disarray because of our government. Climate is a catastrophe. So people feel like they don't have futures and nothing to look forward to. And so I think that you have to give people some grace, Lord of the Viltrumites. I think that it's important to not get black-pilled because you have to stay hopeful. You've got to have that revolutionary optimism, but you've got to give people a little bit of grace because it's very easy to feel hopeless in this situation because things really aren't great right now. So, I can tell that you're frustrated with the left. Just try to understand where they're coming from. There's a lot of reasons to feel not too optimistic right now. And I try my very best to not get black-pilled. But, are they maybe they are trolling. Okay, it could be bait. But if you're not trolling, just give us a break, Viltrumite, okay? Lance, did you want to go?
I still YouTube just as frozen for me altogether.
Oh, okay.
I reset my browser. I'm trying to log into a different browser right now.
Oh, okay.
But, you can keep on going. I don't have a lot, so it will be fast.
Fucking YouTube.
I know.
Okay, Freakadelic. Thank you for the 10. I used to antagonize Scott Adams' live chats with yell at MAGA, we're the fascism we hate, we're the fascism we hate. Replies came back like, no, you're the fascist, and I thought your account was banned. That's funny. I like that. I am in favor of, some lighthearted trolling from time to time. Octawolf, thanks for the 5. Trump and Joe Biden got married and had a kid in my game of Tomodachi live. LOL, and Trump is friends with Jeffrey Epstein. My island is pure chaos. Okay, we might have the same island. I haven't made Jeffrey Epstein yet, but that's funny. I should make Joe Biden, though. Trump was my first character. Anupam says thoughts on soybean markets and Iowa farmers. Soybean markets and Iowa farmers. Just the fact that they're getting fucked over by Donald Trump and his tariffs. I actually did a video about this. I want to say late last year. I can't remember when, but I talked about it. I think it was late last year was when the tariffs were really taking a hit on farmers. And I share all my thoughts there. They're probably not going to be too surprising to you. But if you want to know from a farmer who actually has brain cells, I did do an interview this year with Kowalski just like a month or so ago. It was actually, no, it was closer to 2 months. It was at the start of the Iran war. And that was a great interview. That's one farmer you should actually listen to. Cartoon 49. My congressman, David Scott, died yesterday at 80. Oh, that was your congressman. Okay. He should have left early. There's a progressive name. Everton Blair running. Support would be good. Okay, good to know. I did not know that there was a progressive running there. Another one. Also, thoughts on Orban voted out. Yeah, we didn't talk about that. That's honestly super, super encouraging. I mean, it sucks that there's a right-winger that replaced him, but it's like fascist versus, I guess, diet fascist. Not great options, but getting Orban out of there, somebody who at least seems to be in support of restoring minimal amounts of democracy based on what I've seen, that's really encouraging. Just getting Orban out and replacing him with anybody would be great, because conservatives are copying every single thing this man does. If you saw, the FCC is trying to get the rating system to include like some sort of disclaimer for trans people, and whether or not that is, like a parental advisory. I can't remember the specifics. Erin in the morning, Erin Reed, she did a great article about this where she breaks it down. And this is one of the things that Orban did. The whole "don't say gay," that is the Orban playbook. He has inspired American fascists in so many ways, more so than any other fascist around the world. So getting him out is, I think, a win for the world. Really, really important stuff. So I'm happy for Hungary. I hope that, this leader isn't as big of a demon. I mean, it's a high bar to pass with Orban being his predecessor, but I'm rooting for the country. If they can at least restore democracy and get to a place where they can elect somebody who's not a complete demon, I think that would be great progress. Anupam, thanks for the 10. Serious question. How do you deal with El Sayed being down against the Republican by 3 points more than the other candidates in the average of polls? He hasn't led one poll. Can his numbers improve? I'm not sure what the general election polls are saying, but I would argue that all of the Democrats in all of these polls are probably going to be underperforming the polls, but they're gonna do a lot better. Otherwise, I'm not really sure. So are the polls showing that like Stevens and McMorrow are leading? Because I haven't seen them, so it's hard to say. If that's the case, I would still make an electability argument about how he's going to be able to pick up disillusioned voters who felt left behind in 2024 by Biden and Harris. Because, when liberals are down in the polls, this is a little bit older, but Hillary Clinton, Bernie Sanders, 2016, they just ignored that shit. And they still said she was more electable because she had more experience. So I think that I wouldn't let that deter me. If I'm Abdul El Sayed, sure, it can be used against him by his opponents, but ultimately I think that he is electable. He just has to make that point. And things could improve, right? It's kind of early for a general election poll. I think a lot of the times candidates will post these just to kind of hype themselves up. But I don't know. I'm not really sure. I still would support Abdul El Sayed. I think he has a great chance to win. Cartoon says thoughts on the quartering copyright drama. Well, watch all of Lance's coverage of that. It is very good. Also, I saw that Rebecca Watson even talked about it, and she's like, "Yeah, watch Lance's video."
I love how she used the term "the cuckening." I hope I was the first one that coined that, and then it's out in the ether.
It's so good. It's so good. So, yeah, I mean, I find it absolutely hypocritical because the quartering is supposed to be a free speech guy, but as we've learned, they don't actually support free speech for everybody. It's just we get to say slurs, and
he doesn't hate cuckoldry as much as he pretends. Also hypocritical there. Yeah.
Yeah. It's so funny. It's so funny. Like, listen, if you want to be, and I'm kind of parroting what Rebecca Watson said and what Lance like already said, but like it's the same thoughts that I have, right? Like, if you want to be a cuckold and have a bull fuck your wife, I think that's perfectly fine. What consenting adults do in the privacy of their bedroom, go crazy. Let your freak flag fly. The problem is that he is the most judgmental motherfucker on the planet. Calls everybody else a cuck, criticizes LGBT people.
He says cuck derogatory. Same thing with like gay. Like then he'll like use it as an insult, right? Where there's nothing wrong with any of these activities or doing any of this stuff, but he just won't let other people enjoy the comforts of their own pleasures. Is kind of the thing, right? He'll vilify you, but he will also want to hold down a sex worker's head while she. I'm sorry, I've said too much, but.
If this was any other person, I'd just be like, hey, you know what? More power to you. If that works out for your relationship, you go at it. You go crazy. Yeah, absolutely. But
that was another thing. I learned what a bull was through this.
Oh, really? I actually did know what a bull was.
I learned so much about cuckoldry because I knew a little bit because the writer's so obsessed with it, but I've always found that they're obsessed with it from a exclusively another man is fucking your wife, and that because they want to own women and like that's their version of straight heterosexual love is I own a woman, she's my possession. If another man touches her wife, that's bad. If another man slept with your wife, that's bad. That's why these the manosphere is obsessed with body counts and who have you had sex with before and all this kind of stuff, right? But there's so much more. There's women who cuckold their husbands with other men. There's men who cuckold their wives with women. There's different tiers of relationships between the cuckold and the cucky and all this kind of stuff. Then there's not just cuck chairs. There's cuck cages. And there's other accessories. And I'm learning all this because I keep hearing all of these chuds be like, the Quarterings bull has made another post. Apparently the bull. What the fuck are they talking about?
You've got a PhD in cuckoldry since this whole shit broke out.
Oh damn! They are into some shit. All right.
I feel so disappointed in myself because I really thought that I knew everything and there was nothing new that I could learn. But man, conservatives, they are living a different life. They're living a different life.
Cuck cages. It's just all over the place.
Yeah. I will say I actually did know about what a bull was. And the reason why I know is so fucking hilarious. It's because, a long time ago, this was 2017, 2018, Benjamin Dixon was hosting David Pakman's show from time to time. And David Pakman would read hate mail. It was called Hatred Mail. And one of the haters, they sent a message to David Pakman calling him a cuck and calling Benjamin Dixon the bull. So they were insinuating that Benjamin Dixon was fucking David Pakman's wife. I don't even know if David Pakman was married at the time. But I looked at him like, what is the bull? Is that like a slur of some sort? And that's how I found out about cuckoldry. And then it was in the era when cuck was becoming part of the common nomenclature. So it's like, oh my God, this is a whole world. And I'm learning about I just thought cuck. I'm like, okay, cuck. Somebody let you let somebody fuck your wife. But there's bull. There's a whole lingo to it. There's a culture to it. Somebody says it's a subculture. It really is a subculture. There's a whole world out there. And I learned about it from the David Pakman show, Hatred Mail in particular, which is a weird way to learn about that.
Yeah, it also, as other people are pointing out, it does oftentimes involve a lot of very, I would say, questionable racial elements, and how much of that is in the Quarterings personal arrangement, I do not know. I can't say. We don't have that information.
Interesting.
But shout out to reddit.com/r/the Quartering is Nazi. They do a lot of very, very important work and good research over there.
Good stuff. Yeah, everybody go and watch Lance's coverage of this. We need this.
No, watch Rebecca's. To happen. Rebecca's is funnier because I can tell she also learned about it by watching my video on it. Where she's like, I didn't think I have to say this sentence out loud, but apparently there's a phenomenon known as the cuckening. Oh my God.
Oh my God. conservatives would be fine if we just gave them a reality show. If they didn't control policy or anything, just give them a reality show and like watch them through a cage. That would be okay. I would be okay with conservatives in that instance because they are entertaining, I've got to say. Bayphoto says, so all the Subway profits went to Mike's stomach. More olives, please. I mean, over the years, how many sandwiches did I steal working there for 5 years? It's really hard to say. I don't know. The statute of limitations has passed, just FYI. But I don't know, honestly. I will say I did not steal as much from them as they stole from me in wage theft. That's for damn sure. The amount of times I worked off the clock and not get breaks as a minor, by the way, because we would get reamed if we took up too much labor. It's crazy. So like they stole more from me than I stole in sandwiches from them and olives that I was giving to customers. Red Fire Blue Ice, thank you for being a member for 14 months. Capivara Eurocon, thank you for the 800 yen. Hi from Japan. Please talk about Lula's speech in Spain. Trump and his goons are already brewing an intervention to prevent Lula re-election. There's a follow-up to this saying they want to elect Bolsonaro's son. Oh, okay. See, I wasn't following this. I'll have to look into this because it wouldn't surprise me. Trump would like to install his goons in more Latin American countries for sure. I'll have to look into this. Looney Tunes says, imagine if Cenk and Anna worked at Fox News after admitting they're not leftists. We would be trashing them. Yeah. Yep. Jace Butcher says, OMG, David, I literally asked Kyle K on the KNC pod months ago if a stoner boned his first love, because otherwise there's no reason to hate weed this much. Yeah, in reference to Sagar. Yeah, it's very irrational, but I think it makes sense with the nicotine thing now. ABS says, hey, Mike, did you hear about the controversy surrounding Pragmata? Also, have you heard of Trump's crash out at the CPAC convention? I don't know which crash out. It's hard to keep track at this point. I'm sure I've seen that crash out in particular, but they all kind of blend together. In terms of the controversy regarding Pragmata, I think that the controversy, I haven't been following it, is that the actress that plays the little girl is a black woman, and they're mad about that. And another controversy is that
I didn't know about that one. I know of the one where all of the misogynists and like the beards online are really mad. Or they're posting all this video about how the game naturally invokes women's maternal instincts and unlocks them.
I've seen that too.
And they're showing compilations of women playing the game and then cheering in the same parts that any human being cheers, because they're supposed to be sweethearted moments and like just genuinely happy moments in the game. But then they're making compilations of them, and then they'll be like the maternal instinct unlocked, or it'll be like their eggs are dropping, or things like that. And it's all just weird and fucked up and gross. Yeah,
they can't just enjoy anything. They have to. I know. Be so fucking strange. Did you see there was somebody made an AI image of what the game would look like if Netflix produced it, and then the male character has a mask that has like the trans flag, and then the little girl is a black woman. It's like, can't you all just shut the fuck up and enjoy anything? You have to. Yeah. You're making a hypothetical situation to be mad at, even though the game is how you want it. It promotes natalism, is what they're saying as well. It's just, they're very weird, and it's also conservatives. So the discussion about this game and natalism, it comes off as very creepy to me also.
And why not just, like you said, enjoy something? Like, why not? Is the game fun? Did you have fun? Good. Like, right. Log off, right? Like, you don't need to be like, now to edit women, blah, 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 becoming maternal. What is wrong with you?
There's just, they never allow themselves to enjoy anything or take a win, right? The game isn't woke according to them, but they're like, oh, this is how it would be if it were woke, and everybody would be mad. It's like, just shut the fuck up. Just play the game.
You need AI to invent the oppression you think you're experiencing. Like, it's 100% fake. You're inventing your own oppression. Cool.
Thanks, Altman. I don't understand that mentality. They enjoy being victims. they have to view themselves as just like this marginalized minority under attack. Bro, just play the game. I don't know what to say. Next one here is from Ice Me Out, like Elsa. Says, Shoykot voted for our current billionaire trust fund baby Zionist mayor that just lit up City Hall in honor of Israel's independence. Are you talking about Karen Bass? Because I don't know what to say about that situation. It could have been lesser of two evils. So if he didn't vote for a Republican, then I won't hold it against him.
I did see that happen across Canada and the US, though. A lot of like city halls got lit up in Israeli flag colors. Kind of really weird to see.
That's fucked up and weird.
Genocide, yeah.
Yeah. YouTube canceled Lance. Seems like it.
Oh, that was mine.
Oh, that was yours. I'm sorry.
Oh, good.
I was like, yeah, I don't think that's one of mine. No, I tried restarting my browser. I tried logging into another one, and then I tried restarting my stream, and nothing is allowing me to log into my YouTube thing. So I got nothing to do today. I'll try to read them tomorrow or open them tomorrow. I don't know what's wrong.
Oh, I got another super chat from Kowalski, $10 super chat. Thank you, Kowalski. My sincerest condolences to you and your family. I appreciate it, Kowalski.
Okay, I just got a couple more here, and then we can get out of here. Chicago. No. Okay, I could see how I got Chicago. My brain went to Chicago, but Chichi Castanago. About your video of AOC, a lot of people disagreed with you when you said AOC doesn't owe us explanation. She is a public servant. Absolutely does. I think that that's a fair criticism of my take. I should have expounded upon that more. I meant like she doesn't owe us an explanation about like who she chooses to endorse. But I agree with the premise that she definitely owes us an explanation, generally speaking, on votes, on policy she's supporting. But I think that that's a fair critique of my video for sure. I didn't see the pushback though. Am I getting canceled? Should I crash out and attack the left now? Okay, Chris Corcoran says I miss Ariana, wanted her to end stream again. We miss her too. Her and Rebecca are both supposed to be back next week, so stay tuned. Lizzie Bennett, thank you for the 10. Hey Mike, I love your latest fit. Thank you. Honestly thought about scamming maggots like that on OnlyFans, and I don't even need AI, but I'd rather leap off One World Trade than wear a MAGA hat on IG and attract scum. Yeah, that was a really fun topic. I enjoyed that. I talked about the AI scammer who was getting maggots to like subscribe to the fan view of a fake model. That was a lot of fun. Kowalski says, didn't there used to be women on the show? Also, there a long time ago, Kowalski, there were women on the show indeed. Also, we're just trying to make sure that men get adequate representation. Okay, so we're shelving the women. They're on the bench. We'll bring them back at some point in time. The men are being persecuted, so we have to have more representation. No, they'll come back next week for sure. But also tomorrow is Arbor Day. Plant a tree for the whole world to share, folks. My grandfather used to drink a fifth and go plant trees under the influence. I love that. That sounds like a wonderful tradition. That's a good idea. Anupam says, so McMorrow is plus or minus 0.5% against ours. El Cid is minus 3.5% on average. Okay, I see. Thank you for the update. I'll have to look into that. Because, yeah, I think that is a concern, something that he'll want to address. I think that whoever wins probably has a pretty good shot at beating the Republican. But, yeah, it's something to keep in mind. Lizzie Bennett. Oh, this is for you, Matt.
Oh, Lizzie Bennett with a super chat. My condolences to you and your family. Thank you so much, Lizzie.
And in response to the last super chat, politicians always owe explanations to their voters. Yeah, fair enough. They are public servants. Fair enough. Fuggy says, Mike, finishing up a deep clean of my kitchen right now. Gotta ask, who do you like on Survivor 50 right now? Siri and Aubrey for me. I am not watching Survivor 50, but I don't know who Aubrey is. I do know who Siri is, and I've liked her on Traders and Big Brother. And I think I saw her on one Survivor, but I'm glad that you are enjoying it, and I'm glad that she's still on there. Just knowing what I know about Siri, I hope she wins. Is it Siri or Siri? I've seen her in multiple shows, but I can't remember the pronunciation. I think it's Siri. No, it's Siri. It's Siri. I'm sorry. That is all that I have, unless you all had anything else on Twitter. That's all I have. Or Twitch, I'm sorry. Oh shit!
No. Oh wait. Philosopher King. Oh, okay. Weird spelling though. It's spelled like Philosopher King. Subscriber Prime. Thank you so much, Philosopher King.
Who do we want to raid on Twitch?
Let's take a look.
Oh, we've got one more for you, Matt.
Oh, Omega Shenron Dragon with a super chat. Welcome back, Matt. My condolences to you and yours. Your dad was a good man, and he was cool to talk to. See you, Lance. Your dad was a good man, and he was cool to talk to. You clearly got all that from him. I'll always remember talking with him at the shows. Thank you so much, Omega. I appreciate it. And I remember a few of those times. You, Ola, Omega Shenron Dragon, myself, and my dad at those. One was the Scam Economy live show that I did. And then the Majority Report live shows, those were good times. I appreciate it. I remember them very well. Thank you.
Oh, you got a couple more.
Oh.
Or I got one. These are both for me. Okay. Hideous Lemon. Any idea if when Mike from PA is going to be on? He'll be on in a coming episode probably. I know that Lance is going to miss the next 2 weeks. So we'll try to get I'll try to reach out. I'll try to remember to reach out to Mike and bring him on then. And raid GNN, please. Okay. All right. Yeah, Lance was muted towards the end, everybody. I'm sorry. It says invalid username. Can you put it in the chat? Is it just GNN?
Isn't that Galaxy News Network or something like that?
Oh, is that what it is? Okay. Oh, Galactic Stream.
Galactic
Stream Lord. Okay, yeah. Well.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, we could raid them. Why not? Right?
Yeah. All right. Well, everybody, it was so nice to see you all. Matt, wonderful to have you back, of course.
Thank you. And once again, I want to thank everyone for their kind words. I really appreciate it. My dad was a regular in these stream chats, so it's gonna be different for me for a little bit. I saw some people mention how they noticed that I was quieter than usual over the past few weeks, and I guess I was without realizing. It's been a rough couple of months because that's when this all started, just suddenly. But I really appreciate it, and I'll be here.
Yeah. I hope everything is going okay. Otherwise, hope you and your family can take some time to just breathe. And yeah.
Appreciate it, Mike. All right. Let's
Alrighty.
I get people. I really appreciate all the comments. I really do appreciate it. It means a lot to me. People are not sending super chats, so we're not putting them up, but there's regular comments, and it means a lot to me. Thank you.
We read all of your super chats from last week as well, and Lance told them to make sure that they send them to you for David, just to keep the meme going. So. All right, I am rating. Oh, it already just rated. Okay.
Oh, I got to do it. All right, hold on. Let me do it. Hold on before we end the stream. I don't want to mess it up because I got a lot of people. Because Lance rated me with his.
Okay, I only have 13, so or 17, not the Not the biggest.
All right, I'm hitting that raid button now. All right, everyone. See you all next week.
Take care, everybody.